All right, so now we're going to be working on some more complicated and customized commands that we can do in Bash. You might find yourself often typing out the same commands over and over again, and this can feel inefficient, especially when you're working with version control. Writing out those git commands can often take a long time. So hopefully this can actually help with your productivity as well. The key to all of this is the bashrc file. And this file basically saves a bunch of stuff for us to be able to use in our terminal over and over again. And that includes things like custom commands. So let's start with where this file is. It should be in your home directory, which you should find by just doing cd with nothing after that. And it's a hidden file, so we actually have to do ls-a in order to find it. So as you can see, .bashrc is right there. Now to actually open it, it can be useful to have this package called C9. So you can install it by npm install -g C9. So that's installed. And now you can just type C9 and then .bashrc. And this actually opens it into our text editor here. This whole file, super long, lots of stuff. I don't actually know what all of this is. You're going to have it too, and there's no need to really look into it. But just know that it's all important stuff. And when you're editing this file, just add on to the end, but don't actually change anything that's written itself. So let's start with aliases. Aliases are basically just shortcut commands to make typing things out faster. So instead of typing out ls-a every time, maybe I'm tired of that and I just want a command called la. Now what you do is you create that and you set it equal to the actual command ls-a, and now you have an alias. So you can't just use it already. If I do that, you'll see command is not found. What you need to do is first source it, which basically tells your terminal to that there have been updates to this file and to reflect those and get the most updated version. So I'll do source and then the file name, which is .bashrc. Now that we've sourced it, we should expect that when you type LA, then everything is shown, not just your files that aren't hidden. And that kind of reflects what you would see if you did ls-a. Cool. So that's aliases. Another thing you can do to get even more complicated are using functions. So this is a language, so we can do some pretty cool stuff with this. So maybe I want to be able to make a file and then open it at the same time. So we could do touch open, or I can actually simplify it to just to. And this is a command that we're writing, which will first create a new file using touch. And I use $1, which basically is saying you're going to have some arguments when after this to, like something like this. And $1 is referring to the first argument after the command. So I'm assuming that first argument is going to be the file name that I want to make. So I'll do touch $1, and then I'm going to do C9 $1 in order to actually open up that same file. So that's a function. Now let's source it. Once again, can't forget that. And then if I do to demo bash.py, then what should we expect? It'll create this file, doesn't exist yet, and then it'll actually open it. So here we see now it's opened it up into the terminal. Awesome. So now let's do one more function, get a little bit more complicated. Say that you're in like a deep folder. I'm going to go environment, project 1, and then I'm going to go into, what else is there? Let's go into static, styles. So I'm super far in here. Maybe I'm wanting to go back to project 1, but I don't have to do cd ... / and all of that. So we have this up function that could take you up there faster. The way you can do that is you actually have for loops in this language too. And I don't actually know any of the syntax, but I'm just copying something that I've found. And what you can do is for I in, and then you're going to have a sequence going from 1 up to an argument. And that argument is going to be a number saying how many levels up should we be going. So we have our for loop, and then it's going to say do CD. So until we get up to the level we want to, you're going to keep doing CD dot dot, which goes 1 level up. So here we have our function. Let's see. Syntax error. Let's see. Maybe I have to do that. That's weird. 1 sec. Let me just reference. Let's see. I think I did it right. Yeah. So I forgot that I actually need to put a done here as well. And that should work. So you don't see an error anymore here. Cool. So let's source it one more time. And now if I do up to, then what do we expect? It should do CD dot dot once to go to static, and then twice to go to project 1. And that should be where I end up. And here we go, project 1. Cool. So these are some basic things you can do with your Bashrc, and you'll work more on it in your homework as well.